Welcome home. Raindrops keep falling on my head. I'm pretty silly, but those lyrics are very relevant. That ends with, because I'm free, nothing's worrying me. Boom. Well, as you can see, it is doom and gloom outside, but not in here. Let me help set the atmosphere here at Pathways to Peace. Leah here, Doers Nation, and we sure are whipping up something nice today. Boom. Paintings stacked 6 deep, treasures from travels and flowers adorn the fireplace. Baking Fairy says deliciousness is on its way. And in sticking with my theme, I would like to share my fire with you. Sweet, it looks like we're gonna bake. Oh, hey, fancy meeting you here. Welcome home. And boy, oh boy, do I have a sweet treat in store for you. In fact, I kind of know that this is most people's favorite cake. It's delicious. I'm gonna show you how to make it. Yummy. Can you guess what kind of cake this might be? I think what we're gonna do is turn all of this into this and then this. Yum. Well, you figured it out. We are making Black Joe cake with peanut butter icing, and this is the best Black Joe cake recipe that I could find. Super moist, guaranteed to impress your family. Let's get to it. Preheat your oven to 300 degrees. First thing that we're going to do is mix all of our dry ingredients together, and then we're gonna beat our eggs. So, the first ingredient is going to be 2 cups of flour, 1 cup, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup, 2 cups. We're going to add 3/4 of a cup of cocoa, 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup, 3/4 of a cup of cocoa, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 1/2, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2, and 1 teaspoon of salt. All of our ingredients are in. Now we're going to mix this up. Beautiful. Now that all of our dry ingredients are incorporated together, we can actually start working on our cake batter here. And the thing that we're going to start with is 2 large eggs because they're excellent. Boom. 1, 2. We can pour these right into our mixing bowl. Pop, lock, and drop it. Now I want to tell you that you're going to mix these until they are bright yellow and somewhat stiff. The eggs are beaten and we can incorporate the other ingredients into our eggs. The first thing that we are going to add is going to be 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup. And if you didn't already know it, it's the coffee in the cake that makes this a Black Joe cake. And if you know me well enough, you know I do grind beans fresh every morning. So it's not only just ordinary coffee, it is delicious coffee. We are going to add 1 cup of delicious coffee. The coffee you are going to want to cool to room temperature before you put it into your eggs. Otherwise, you are going to have scrambled coffee eggs. That would be interesting. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1.5. Lock it in and mix that up. We are all mixed up. And the next thing that we're going to add is our dry ingredients, alternating with some buttermilk. So let's make our buttermilk. You're going to use 4 tablespoons of your buttermilk and 1 cup of water. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can whisk that up. Our buttermilk is mixed, and we are going to alternate between our buttermilk and our dry ingredients being incorporated into the batter that we already have. So let's get started. Lock it in, and I'm gonna pour like 1/4 of the mix into here. And I'm gonna put about 1/2 cup of the buttermilk in. Some more of the dry, and the rest of our buttermilk, and the rest of our dry. I am going to scrape down the sides of my bowl here and just make sure that we're not missing out on any of that dry mix that we put in there. Oh, that smells amazing. This cake is going to be delicious. Our cake batter is made. Oh boy. So all we have to do is prepare our pan and we can bake it. Grab Pam. Spray down your pan. Boom. There is something so satisfying about cake batter pouring into a cake pan. And here is a trick for you. Since Black Joe cake does get bubbles in there, you will lift your cake pan up and drop it down. Lift your cake pan up, drop it down. You see how those bubbles are popping in there? We want to knock as many of those air bubbles out as we can. So drop it good. And we're gonna pop this into our oven for 1 hour, and it's gonna come out delicious. Still needs a couple minutes. Our cake is out of the oven, and we need to make the other half of the cake, the peanut butter frosting. Delicious. Who else loves peanut butter? Do you remember one of my other videos where I took a moment of silence for all those who were allergic to peanut butter? I still feel that way. I'm so sorry. But for those of you who can have peanut butter, you're welcome. This frosting recipe is delicious. Today we're gonna make a double batch of the frosting because I do want to decorate it. So let's get started. I have had this butter sitting out at room temperature pretty much all day. So we're going to throw that in the mixer here. This is 1 cup of butter. If you're making a single batch of this frosting, it is just 1/2 cup of butter. So just 1 stick. And as you know, butter makes everything better. Grab your creamy Jif. We're going to put 2 cups of peanut butter right into our mixer. 1 cup and then 1/2 cup of butter. 1 cup and then 1/2 cup of butter. 1 cup of peanut butter. 1 stick of butter. 1 more cup of peanut butter. Pop your mixer down, lock it in, and mix it up. Make sure that this gets super creamy. I am going to wipe down the sides here like I always do and just make sure that everything gets fully incorporated. Pop it down, lock it in, and beat that until it's super duper creamy. That right there looks amazing. Now, for this recipe, since we're going to double it, a single recipe takes 2 cups of powdered sugar. We're going to add 4 cups, but we're going to alternate between the powdered sugar and milk, powdered sugar and milk. And this recipe has 3 tablespoons of milk. So, I'm gonna add 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then the milk, and then another cup of the powdered sugar. 1 cup, gonna lock that down. Gonna add a tablespoon of milk, and gradually add in our 2nd cup of powdered sugar. And then I'm gonna add in the 3rd tablespoon of milk. Get that well incorporated. Add a 3rd cup of powdered sugar. Slowly incorporate that. Another tablespoon of milk. This will be our 5th tablespoon of milk. And our last cup of powdered sugar. And our final tablespoon of milk, making it 6 tablespoons of milk and 4 cups of powdered sugar. Clean off the sides of our mixer again, and we're gonna beat this for 3 minutes to get it nice and fluffy. Yum, yum. Man, that looks awesome. Ooh. That is fluffy. Yummy. Oh boy, we're almost done. Our cake has been cooled, our frosting has been made, and now all we have to do is decorate. You are going to take a spatula and a bunch of your frosting here and spoon it right onto your cake. You're going to take your angled spatula, work your icing from the inside of your cake to the outer edge, and then smooth it all out. Now we are going to take a star tip and place it right into our piping bag. Just like so. And we are going to take more frosting and fill our piping bag. And we are going to do a border with this frosting, and we're also going to pipe rosettes on there that we can put chocolate melting wafers on just to set the cake off. So you are going to squeeze together the top of your bag here and pinch it, squeeze out the air. You're pretty much just making hills and valleys. Hills and valley, hill, valley, hill, valley, hill and valley, hill and a valley. And then you can pipe rosettes on. And for the rosettes, it is merely spirals. I put 12 on my cake. Last but not least, we're going to take chocolate melting wafers and we're going to place them in the rosettes. Now you know for sure by looking at this cake right here that this is a chocolate cake with peanut butter icing, and I'm sure that you guys are salivating at home. Yummy. You did it. Look at that thing. Oh boy. Get in my belly. Chocolate cake, peanut butter icing. Check and check. Don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on any of the future sweetness, adventures, or tutorials. You know, I think I'd miss you too. So, try yourself your own cake, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.